Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. It's been a few weeks since I announced, well, over a month since I announced that we were expecting after 9.5 years of infertility. Sorry, I'm gonna keep looking out the window because I'm watching my kids play out in the sandbox. So I'll move my head over to check on them every so often. So hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. So I just wanted to hop on, even though I look like a hot mess in my opinion, but I wanted to hop on and kind of talk about the reasons why I think I was able to get pregnant and things that helped me with everything. If you've watched some of my past videos, I mentioned it in the pregnancy video announcing my pregnancy, and then like the infertility video, the first one, because I think there's just two. So I think it's just the first one. I explained more about what was going on. I think it could be in the beginning of the second video. I don't remember, but yeah, if you go and watch those, and then you'll kind of know a little bit about my story, our story of infertility. So yeah, bear with me as I try to think of everything that I feel like it has helped me. Going through like the thick of things, infertility, and even the adoption route, 'cause we've adopted three kids. Everyone tells you, oh, it's in God's timing, and like it'll happen when it's supposed to happen, and yada yada yada. And during the thick of it, you don't want to hear it. It kind of just digs deeper. But I feel like it's true. I mean, it is true, even though you don't want to hear it. And the last couple years, I've felt like I've needed to do things, especially the last almost year. And so I've felt prompted to start making more changes in my life. So I felt prompted to do a few things. So a couple years ago, back in 2018, I decided to change my lifestyle a bit. I lost about 65 pounds. I ate more of a high fat, low carb diet. And it wasn't exactly keto, but it also deals with getting enough sleep, so at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, good sleep, and then drinking at least a gallon of water. And that helped me tremendously in my health. And but last year in 2019, I added more stuff and more carbs, but I still was very stingy on the carbs. Even though I added more carbs into my diet, I was still very stingy and ate still really decent. Lots of vegetables, protein, and everything. So I believe that has helped. Niels thinks drinking that amount of water has helped thin out my blood, because if you've in the other videos that I have talked about, like in my infertility and then the pregnancy video, announcing the pregnancy video, I mentioned my MTHFR mutation, and reading up on that, and the endocrinologist that did had me get tested for that. It tells you that your blood is thicker, and she gave me different ways of how to help help thin out my blood. But my husband, Niels, he believes that the water, drinking at least a good amount, good gallon, helped thin out some of my blood. And it's probably true, and it helps flush out a lot of toxins, because if you're not drinking enough water, you're not going to be able to get some stuff flushed out, toxins flushed out. So that's kind of what started it. And then like most of last summer, I felt like I needed to go see the OB, and it was time to do a checkup. And so I went and I had my checkup, and we talked, and she checked my levels and had my uterus checked and all that, and everything looked good. And I just needed to know kind of where I was at, just kind of because it had been a long time. And so it was good to find out, and she told me like what to do once I found out I was pregnant, if we tried to get pregnant, because we weren't trying, because I couldn't get back into that headspace. There's no way I could get back into that headspace of trying to conceive. And we were happy with where we were at. The checkup was just because I felt like I needed that checkup. I felt prompted to have that checkup. And then about a month later, I found this Instagram account called Just Ingredients, and I felt like I needed to switch some things up, some products. I mean, I've learned throughout the last few years about how products have certain things in it that are endocrine disruptors and causes infertility issues and problems. So I learned from her. I had been learning from her, and I started, and it's a huge thing, and it's been a slow process, and I'm far from being where we should be. But she talks about finding better ingredients in like your ketchups and the processed stuff, and like eating more organic, even though we don't eat organic because we can't afford organic. But just trying to find like even the foods that have less ingredients in it, because that means it's more how it's meant to be and things like that, which wasn't a huge problem because we've been trying to do that anyways. But then also like just the different products, using like makeup products and like shower products, toiletry stuff, like doing all that has changed. Like even feminine products, like makeup, house cleaners, different things that have all these different toxins in it, and like parabens and phthalates and everything. And I found out that like the word fragrance on bottles of like soap and perfumes and shampoos and conditioners and all that stuff, like the word fragrance, that's not just one ingredient. It can be up to like 300 different types of ingredients, and it's just masked by that word fragrance. Sorry. Anyways, and so I started switching. So I switched deodorants, and I tried one, and I felt like, oh, that was okay. And then she came out with the Just Ingredients account. She came out with her own deodorant, so I tried that, and I really enjoy it. Excuse me. And she has a few other products, and I've tried some of those as well. And then I've switched my makeup and to cleaner makeup. I tried one brand that she really likes, but I felt like I was just always smearing like the mascara, because I don't wear a whole lot of makeup. But the mascara, I felt like I had to rub off under my eye a lot. And so I switched to a different brand. And I've really enjoyed that. My friend sells it. She's one of their consultants, and so I haven't had too much of an issue. It's just costly because it's not cheap to go the less toxic way. And then switching like cleaners, like laundry detergent, dish soap, dishwasher detergent, just like hand soap even, and different cleaners. Like it takes a while, but I feel like changing that up, even though I'm far from being perfect and far from being done switching things over, I feel like that is the reason why I've been able to get pregnant. I feel like I was prompted to do these things to help get my body to where it needs to be, to where it was. And then because I had that consultation with the OB back in the fall, because of the MTHFR, she told me to start taking baby aspirin the minute I found out I was pregnant, if we ever got pregnant. And so all of that, so all of the lifestyle change, and then going to the doctor and making sure everything's okay and talking with her about different things, like I feel like that led us to where we are now in our life. And today I'm 20 weeks. We just found out what we're having, and I'll do a video for that next week. It'll just be a short little reveal and kind of talk about it and everything. I just wanted to hop on here and kind of explain my thought process of why I think I was able to get pregnant, and I feel like it's been a combination of things, and it's also because I've followed through the feelings, the promptings that I've felt of what I needed to do, what we needed to do, just in order to make healthier lifestyle choices. Because that was just my whole thing, is after all these years of learning about the toxins every so often, but I just never jumped in and started changing things. Like I feel like, yeah, like I just needed to get to where I needed to be, and so I really feel like making those positive changes has resulted in this pregnancy. And